Hi, my name is Max. I teach CycleFit and yoga here at JAGS Sports Club. I want to show you a little film now about how to set up your bike. It's super important to get you the right position. I'm all about safety and I'm all about making sure that you are comfortable on your bike so that you can avoid any injury and have a really cool session. So this is your bike. It has loads of different levers to adjust from your saddle to your handlebars. So you have one here, which is your knob to move it forwards or backwards. What I tend to do is I just tend to put my elbow in front of in front of the saddle, and there should be a real ease to actually grab hold of the front part of the handlebars. That, like I say, is just a gauge, but that is kind of where I want the distance to be. If you're a cyclist, some people have a racer bike, which is groovy, but this is a spin bike, so please try not to use that as your gauge. I want you to feel like you're quite upright in your bike, so protect your lumbar spine and your lower back, which is really important, especially with the exercises that you do in spin. So the handlebars should definitely be higher than the saddle. If you do have any back problems, I would go towards having it much higher than you would want, so that you really are very upright in your bike. But this is a kind of about the right size. It's just slightly higher. For me, I always then feel for my hip bone, so have a good old feel, and make the saddle so that it is in alignment with your hip bone. You adjust them, first of all, by turning the knobbles, and then you'll pull out the teeth from the hole so that you can adjust up and down. So please don't forget, once you've adjusted accordingly, that the teeth should lock in like that, and then turn. Because I have seen in the past people just kind of shooting down because they've not turned and secured the knobbles tightly. So that's really important. So once again, this is nice and tight. Here, I would say is the right height at the moment, never lower than your saddle. So that's how you get all the sort of the saddle and the handlebars right. Now let's get onto the bike. So as you get yourself on, being mindful all the time that you don't fall off, most importantly, and that these cages that you put your feet into are keeping the foot secure. You need to put your feet nice and deep into the cages so the toes are really snug at the front of the cage. And you can just loosen the strap off by simply using your index finger and sliding it back. I would suggest not sliding it all the way because the straps can be tricky to put back in again. As you can see, my shoelaces are quite long and straggly, and I have seen people lose their beautiful laces before. So please make sure that they are tucked into your trainer, like so. Haha. So you're in, and now you're strapping the strap up like that. And I do want it to feel quite tight, not cutting your circulation off, of course, but because you go quite fast on your bike when you're doing your cardio, you really want to feel like you're safe in the pedal. So when you're on your bike here, I want obviously to have a nice feeling of when you reach forward onto the handlebars, that you're not kind of reaching forwards to get to them. You're very much having a nice relaxed elbow, so that there should be a micro bend, a very casual micro bend into the elbow, so that you are you're holding onto the handlebars but sort of not reaching forwards. That's the second check. If you feel like you are, then obviously you need to adjust the handlebars forwards and backwards. There's a knob here, taking it forwards and backwards, like that. So I tend to have sort of positions on the handlebars. I call out position 3, which is the handles here. And racer position, I have the elbows down and the hands on the U. This is what I call the U. And then I also have a hands-on position 1 here. My racer position is actually position 2, but I always say let's race, and so you can just race away. People kind of get that, but that's essentially position 2. When you come out of the saddle, I also have hands on the U, which is higher up like this. So that is how you set up your bike, and you're on your way to a really great session.